The histogram illustrates the number of telephone calls made to a computer helpline during one Friday evening. Calculate how many telephone calls were made to the computer helpline during the Friday evening. Okay, so we've got a histogram. Now don't forget that with a histogram, it is the area of the bar that tells us the frequency, not the height of the bar. So if we want to know how many telephone calls were made during that Friday night, then we need to know the area of all the bars. So the first one is 10 times 1, which is 10, plus 10 times 6, 60, plus 10 times 10, 100, plus 10 times 4, 40, plus 10 times 2, 20, plus 20 times 10, 20. Adding those up and we get 100, 200, 20, 20 and 10, 250. So there were 250 telephone calls. Okay, estimate the percentage of calls lasting longer than 3/4 of an hour. Okay, so 3/4 of an hour is 45 minutes. So there's 45 minutes by there. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these areas to find out how many of the calls. So taking the line up there, this is 5 times 2, which is 10, plus 20 times 10, times 1, which is 20. So we've got 30 calls. Okay, and we need to do that 30 calls as a percentage. So 30 divided by 250, because there was 250 calls, times it by 100 to turn it into a percentage, and the answer is 12%. Okay, next part of the question then. It says, estimate the median length of a phone call made to the computer helpline during the Friday evening. Give your answer correct to 1 decimal point place. Okay, so the median is when we put all the data in order and pick out the middle value. Now we've got 250 phone calls and they are in order because they're in the graph. So we're looking at the 125th phone call along this graph. So if we start, then we can see that this is the first 10. Then we've got 10 of 60 here, so that's 70. Okay, and we want to get to 125. So we need to go across now 55. Okay, so we need an area of 55 here. Well, it's 10 high, so it needs to be 5.5 across to make it 55. So 5.5 there. Okay, and that's going to have an area of 55. Okay, so that means that the frequencies adding up there will give us 10, add the 60, add the 55, and that's going to give me the 125. Now reading down here, I can see that that value is, well, that's 20 minutes, and that's 30 minutes, that by there is 25 minutes, so 25.5